Yo, what's up guys? We got some prep we gotta do. In the last video, I told you guys that the Civic got accepted to and they hold it in Scottsdale, Arizona, I believe at Westworld. So we gotta do a lot of stuff to the Civic. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this video. All right, people, so I went ahead and took off the steering wheel, and this is my Momo Monte Carlo leather wrap. I believe it's 350 millimeter, and this has the NRG quick release. There is all of this grime and dirt. It's pretty nasty. So we're gonna try to clean this up as best as we can, and just to be on the safe side, I want to tape off this finish centerpiece here. I don't really know how it's going to react to the leather conditioner. And then over here, I have just some microfiber towels, which I'm going to be using to buff off the material once it's done. So let's go ahead and start cleaning this steering wheel. So I went ahead and just did a thin coat around the whole wheel and even on the stitching area. So I'm just gonna let this sit just to let it permeate and penetrate the leather real quick. Okay guys, the wheel's been sitting for approximately 5 minutes just for it to kind of soak into the leather. So now I'm gonna take a clean microfiber, and I guess it just says to kind of buff off and kind of wipe off any of the excess. All right guys, so I am done buffing off all of the excess material. Now, judging based on the camera, I don't know if you can tell, definitely looks a lot darker than it did before. It's definitely a lot cleaner. A lot of that oil stain and grime is all wiped off and gone. Definitely check out this product by BlackRock. It's called Leather Enrich. You guys can use this on like sneakers, bags, belts, purses, and your steering wheel. So yeah.
2 hours later.
Just left my boy Danny's house. He helped me put the pulley on. Let me tell you what happened. A couple weeks ago, I'm starting my car. I start hearing this squealing noise. I'm not really one to like freak out or whatever because, you know, I do kind of know what I'm doing. I mean, I kind of don't, but I kind of do. You know what I'm saying? So instantly in my head, I'm like, okay, it can't be the belt because I just changed the belt. So the next thing is a pulley. There's your crank pulley. You have your idler pulley. You have the tensioner pulley, the alternator pulley. It was coming from the tensioner pulley, and basically it was just wobbling like ever so slightly. So it did have some play. Shaking too, huh? So yeah, that's pretty bad. Shout out to Danny. Appreciate you, Danny. He always helps me out. That's another thing, like the car community is so good, and I'm glad that I have some cool friends. So let's get on to the next item. All right, guys, so it has been a couple days since I filmed last, and I just got off of work, waiting on my barber to text me back so I can go in and get my fresh haircut. Your boy's looking a little rough, like looking a little homeless, you know what I mean? So we got to freshen this up, and then we could start today's video. So let's get this haircut. Woo! Just went from homeless to keep the change. All right, let's finally get today started. All right, guys, so we're back at home. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the car out real quick. I know you guys can hear me, but you can't see me. But I'm just taking the car out of the garage right now so we can get working on this car. I know the car is dirty and it does need a wash, guys. Do not judge. I have to do that. I'm kind of waiting until the last minute to do it. I don't want to just get it dirty all over again. So we're gonna try and do some stuff to the car that we can knock out before we get all of the other stuff done. When I mean all of the other stuff, I mean I got a big list. Like, It's pretty big. Pause. I cleaned the steering wheel already. I did the pulley. And now we have to address the side skirts. So if you guys don't know, my side skirts are aftermarket, so they do sit a little off. The rear is fine, but as soon as you start hitting the front of the vehicle, it starts to look a little weird. So this side looks probably better than the other side, but this is the other side. So as you can see, there's like a little gap here, and I really don't like how this looks. There's like a little space over there too that I gotta fix. So I'm gonna go ahead and jack up the car. We're gonna go ahead and take off these side skirts and hopefully we can readjust it. But before we do that, I wanna show you guys something. Give me a second here. I'm all over the place. So I did pick up something extra, and I guess the theme of this year is invest in yourself. And I don't know if you could tell by the bag, but we did get a 1/2-inch impact from Milwaukee. This is something that I've been wanting for, since I started my YouTube channel, really. And it's gonna be a lot easier to take off the wheels. Invest in yourself, guys. Jack stands here. It is extremely filthy. A lot of this old double-sided tape needs to come off. I need to re-wipe all of this and then adjust the bolt that's under here. We have to clean the side skirt. Let me show you the side skirt real quick. So here's the side skirt. On the other side, what I want to do is just go ahead and reapply some double-sided tape and then clean this off, and hopefully it'll sit flush. Like I said, these are aftermarket side skirts, which is why they don't line up properly, because I don't think the other side is that bad, to be honest. Honestly, that could stay, but I was more concerned about this side. What I'm gonna do is try to come from underneath, pause. It's still popping out, but this does look a lot better than it did before. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on, and the pressure should actually hold it, because before it wasn't as flush as this. So I'm kind of happy with this. Well, I did try. Unfortunately, we did not succeed, and the fender is gonna need some work. So I'm assuming it's gonna need some trimming, and this is something that is out of my wheelhouse. For now, we're just gonna have to move on to the next item on the list. Good old turtle wax. Only just gonna do a little bit. When I wash the car, the water won't rust. Hopefully, we'll see. Well, it's not 100% better, but it is better. So until I get rotors and a big brake kit, I'm not really gonna mess around with it. This is probably as clean as I'm gonna get it. All right, guys, so while I was on the driver's side of the vehicle, I did go ahead and clean up the cold air intake filter. It was pretty nasty. You couldn't see any red. I did use the K&N cleaner, which is really good, works amazing, and I definitely recommend it for your guys's filters. Okay guys, you made it to the end of the video. So I did end up washing the car, and I, like a dummy, forgot my detailer spray. So I had to drive all the way home and clean it at the apartment. So the outside looks really, really good. I use this really good detail spray called Car Pro Elixir, however you want to say it. If you guys want to check that out on Amazon. But yeah, clean the car. I didn't really get all what I wanted to get done, but I mean, car looks good, and in the morning I'm gonna have to finish everything else. If you guys like the video, give it a like, subscribe to your boy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.